Hello history lovers, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we're journeying back in time to 6th century Vietnam, a land groaning under the weight of foreign rule. Imagine a time of heavy taxes, harsh laws, and the people yearning for freedom. Out of this turmoil, a hero would rise, a man destined to forge a new kingdom from the fires of rebellion. His name was Les Bai, and the kingdom he would create was Xuan, the kingdom of 10,000 springs. Our story begins in the year 541 AD. For centuries, the region we now know as northern Vietnam was a province of various Chinese dynasties. At this time, it was under the control of the Liang dynasty, and their rule was anything but gentle. The Liang governor, Zhao Ziyai, was known for his cruelty and corruption. The local people were pushed to their limits. They needed a leader, someone with the courage to stand up and say, "No more." That leader was Les Bai. Born into a noble family in Tai Bien, Les Bai was a man of considerable talent and charisma. He had served as a local military commander for the Liang, so he understood their strengths and, more importantly, their weaknesses. Witnessing the suffering of his people firsthand, he decided he could no longer serve their oppressors. He resigned his post, returned to his homeland, and began secretly gathering forces, uniting local chiefs and discontented nobles under a single banner of rebellion. The time was ripe. By late 541, Les Bai's rebellion erupted. His forces, fueled by a desire for independence, proved to be incredibly effective. They moved swiftly, capturing key strongholds and rallying more and more people to their cause. The Liang governor, Zhao Ziyai, panicked. Faced with a full-scale uprising, he didn't even put up a fight. He gathered his belongings and fled north, abandoning the province to the rebels. Within just 3 months, Les Bai had successfully driven out the Liang administration. The land was free, but the fight was far from over. The Liang emperor was not about to let a valuable province slip away so easily. He dispatched new armies to crush the rebellion. But Les Bai was a brilliant strategist. In early 543, at Hopeful, he ambushed and defeated a major Liang counterattack, securing his control over the region. This victory was a turning point. It wasn't just a small-scale revolt anymore. It was a successful war of liberation. With the northern invaders repelled, Les Bai knew he needed to create a new state, a symbol of their hard-won independence. In the spring of 544 AD, in a grand ceremony, he declared himself emperor. He took the regal name Les Nam Jian, which means the Southern Emperor Elis, a bold declaration of his equality with the emperor in the north. He named his new kingdom Vian Xuan, the kingdom of 10,000 springs, a name that evoked hope, prosperity, and eternal endurance. He established his capital at Long Bien, in the area of modern-day Hanoi, a strategic and symbolic heart for his new nation. Les Nam Jian didn't just create a name and a capital. He built a functioning government. He established a court with 2 branches, civil and military, appointing his most loyal generals and wisest scholars to key positions. His brother, Les Thien Bao, was made a prince, and the general Triu Taisi, a key ally, was made a king. This new administration was a direct challenge to Chinese dominance, demonstrating that the Vietnamese people were capable of ruling themselves. For a brief, glorious moment, Vian Xuan flourished as a beacon of independence. However, the Liang dynasty was a wounded giant, and it would not rest. In 545, they assembled a massive new invasion force, led by the formidable general Chen Baxian, a man who would later found his own dynasty in China. The odds were stacked against the young kingdom of Vian Xuan. Chen Baxian's army was larger, better equipped, and relentless. Les Nam Jian and his forces fought bravely. They met the invaders at Sioju Dian, but were ultimately overwhelmed and forced to retreat. They fell back to their capital at Long Bien, but it too fell to the Liang army. the war turned into a desperate fighting retreat. Li Namjian led his remaining troops to the fortress of Jianin, but even this stronghold couldn't hold. Forced to flee into the mountains, Les Namjian sought refuge with a local tribe in the region of Kutla. He planned to regroup and continue the resistance. Tragically, his story ends here. In 548 AD, while still in hiding, Li Namjian fell ill and passed away. According to some historical accounts, he was assassinated by the leader of the tribe he had sought refuge with, who sought to curry favor with the Liang. The death of Los Namjian was a devastating blow, but the spirit of Vian Xuan did not die with him. The resistance was carried on by his loyal general Triu Quangthak, also known as Triu Viet Vibong, using brilliant guerrilla tactics from his base in a swampy, inaccessible lagoon. He wore down the Liang forces for years. In a stunning turn of events, he eventually drove the invaders out once again, restoring the independence of Vian Xuan for another 2 decades. The kingdom of Vian Xuan, though short-lived in its original form, is a monumental chapter in Vietnamese history. It was the first time in over 500 years that an independent, self-governing state with its own emperor was established on Vietnamese soil. Lis Namjian's rebellion proved that Chinese rule was not invincible and ignited a flame of independence that would never be extinguished. It laid the groundwork for future dynasties and cemented the idea of a distinct Vietnamese identity. The story of Los Namjian and Vian Xuan is a powerful reminder that even against overwhelming odds, the desire for freedom can inspire ordinary people to achieve extraordinary things. It's a tale of courage, defiance, and the enduring dream of a nation. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey back in time. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell for more stories from history. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, stay curious